Please welcome Chief Design Officer Ralph Gilles from Stellantis. Thank you so much for joining us today, Ralph. Good
Pleasure
to see you, my
hang
man.
out with you, Brian.
Yes, sir. You know what? We were talking before we got set down here, and I'm like, hey, do people say it Stellantis or Stellantis? I mean, what is it? Tomato, tomato. What's it for you?
I call it Stellantis. Yeah.
Okay, okay, but I can say Stellantis if I want.
It sounds really good when you
It does sound classy, all right. So, you know, we saw you here last year, but what has Stellantis brought this year to CES?
A bigger booth. I mean,
Yeah.
the show this year is amazing. It's off the chain this year. We brought a lot, and we're a multi-brand company. We have 14 brands. We're featuring the Peugeot brand. We got Jeep here. We got Chrysler, Fiat, and I think the star of the show this year is the Ram.
Well, absolutely. I mean, the Dodge Ram coming out. I mean, we're seeing video clips of how sleek, how smooth. And again, designer Ralph Gilles, I mean, your fingerprints are all over this. How does it feel to see this baby out and how people can react to it?
Oh my God, we've been working on it for over a year and a half, and actually behind that is a big program. This is really our next gen truck that we're looking at. And a lot of ideas that were post-it notes. They're now, they feel real now because the concept vehicle's here for all to enjoy. And of course, we're going to listen to the chatter on the internet and see how people feel about it.
Don't listen to it too much.
Yeah,
we keep it like at a little bit of a minimum. You know, what for you makes this truck unique?
A lot of it. It's really the customer-centric approach. We kind of took our customers. We had a conversation for about a year. The Ram brand literally called it Tech Talks with our customers and took notes, literally took notes. And when you understand their latent needs, you design for that. So before we put pen to paper, we said, hey, how do you carry 7 people, 8 people in a truck? How do you carry an 18-foot pole? How do you have the truck, follow you when you're, literally follow you in shadow mode, right? So a lot of cool ideas came from that. And of course, keeping it tough, but making it sleek.
That thing like there, it looks tough and sleek. You know, obviously we've seen movement towards electrification, but you already, right, the Dodge Ram is an iconic name and an iconic brand in cars. So why would the need to go electric here?
Well, it's part of the movement. There absolutely is. I mean, it's still early days. I think in about 5 years, it's going to be a lot. Maybe half the trucks on the road will be electric. So we have to get into that game. But we're taking our time. We don't want to necessarily be the first electric truck. It's not important to us. We want to be the best electric truck. So it's a bit different.
But you know what? I think that philosophy, we've seen how that has really come true for a lot of car manufacturers. We know there's a lot of competition, but look, there's companies that came out with electric cars first, Tesla, but we're seeing a lot of the established players now. Actually, every company learns from each other, and it's great to come out of the gates, but we're seeing how people that have made cars for generations have brought other things to the table that people say, hey, this is a better built car, we like this about it, we like that about it, and the competition keeps on getting heavier.
Yeah, and we enjoy a great network. We have 2,600 dealers around the country, which are also waiting for the future. They're excited. And we do have a base. Let's be honest, we have very loyal Ram customers, and they want a truck from us, not from anybody else.
Is there, you're the designer, on these product lines. What feature for you personally stands out the most that you really like?
I love the signature of the front end because we've been designing around the kind of the Peterbilt style look for years, the big grille and the step-down fenders. This is a whole new front end, a whole new signature, and people seem to dig it so far. So I'm excited that they get it, and it is iconic.
That's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna also kind of pivot within Stellantis to talk about Chrysler, right?
Yeah.
What makes Chrysler unique for you all?
Well, Chrysler's a unique brand for us because it's not a muscle car, it's not a truck, right? So it allows us to do some things in the mainstream. So we're excited because we're going all electric in a big way with Chrysler brand. Also very high tech, very elegant. The tagline is harmony in motion.
Ooh, so that kind of moved me a little bit.
So a vehicle that is gorgeous to look at, efficient, attainable, right? So it has the panache of cars costing twice the price, but attainable. So that's where we're going with Chrysler.
We also know, right, cars, emissions and everything. We're talking about, hey, why is it important for Stellantis to create maybe safe and clean vehicles in an affordable automobile? That's something that you guys have focused on.
Absolutely,
as well, right?
We have a very aggressive. We call it Dare Forward. That's our sustainability goals. They start in functions. We're going to have to have 50% electric portfolio by 2030, and in Europe 100%. And then by 2038, we're going to be carbon net neutral, which is 2 years ahead of the Paris Agreement. So.
Wow. So, I wanted to ask a question for you. I think a lot of people, we see these great products here at CES, and there tends to be this missing component where people don't realize how difficult it is to make a final product, a car, a phone, right? You're laughing because you're like, yeah, no one has no idea. So I was hoping maybe you could give us a little perspective as a designer, what type of things go through your mind, and what is it, maybe some things that we take for granted when we're talking about the design of a car or a design of the Dodge Ram, which is a completely new
it's
refresh.
A very difficult vehicle design. It has a lot of functions. The customer is very sophisticated, and the trucks have become not just hauling hay anymore. You know, these things they're luxury devices, they're off-road devices, they're really very extensions of people's personalities. So we design it with a longer-term view, and we may be we call it playing with the truck, or fretting out its personalities for 10 years to come. So we have to design with that in mind. It's a canvas of the future. Yeah. In the meantime, my part of it's about a 10-month process. Testing takes 2 years, developing the tools, making it robust and reliable so it can't let you down. It's almost like an aircraft. I mean, it has to be super safe and functional.
And on top of that, you know, these cars are basically, they're getting smarter, and technology continues to really become a centerpiece of the car. We see it at CES every year. I remember, I've been at CES for like 15 years, and the car area they were here at CES, but they weren't so tech focused like 10 years ago. Now, we basically have a computer on wheels, like that, right? Computer, entertainment is amping up. How's that evolution changed how you approach a car?
Not only that, it changes who we hire. I mean, if you look at the complexion of people that work in the auto industry now, it's literally tech people. We're getting people from Palo Alto that love it. They love Detroit. They're like, I can do this, you know? And actually, with remote working, we're able to hire people that maybe live in Western California, but are willing to work for a Detroit company. And then we have our European arm. You know, with Stellantis now, Peugeot Citroën is now part of our company. We have Fiat. So we have global reach everywhere. Being the 4th largest car company comes with some headaches, but also comes with some great benefits. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we want to kind of wrap up with this. I don't know, you can't reveal the future, but you know, what else can we expect? Oh, maybe he will, I don't know. But what else can we expect from Stellantis in the future? Maybe how you guys are approaching things, or you know, if you want to drop a car that you might be announcing later this year.
I wish, but every brand is being taken care of. We're not getting rid of, we have 14 brands. They all bring, it's like Ben and Jerry's. They all bring a lot of flavor and perspective. But we are definitely listening to our customer and trying to wow them and not just make commodities, you know. I want to have a little fun going electric and also making relevant products.
All right, Ralph, that was awesome. Thanks so much for coming out. Thanks for hanging. I'm sure we'll see you in future years here. If you all want to learn more about these world-changing projects, hey, check out Stellantis.com or find them in the West Hall.